Yeah, Rohit has a question here. It feels like I've been into this constant war between Kundalini and my ego since more than a year. My ego is just not letting go, and it's been causing me so much pain and suffering. Would psychedelics help me to dilute the ego boundaries and let the Shakti take over? Yeah. So, Rohit, this is a great question, right? And this is the basically the whole journey here. The whole journey is this um, exploring the relationship with our ego and the world and God and the flow and the universe and what we're here to do and all of that. And so, yeah, like this war um, doesn't always have to be so intense and painful, but this process, it is the journey. It is the journey. So you're not doing anything wrong here. And to begin, you can also just recognize like ego's job is to hold on and not to let go. Like that's what it's meant to do. If the ego let go, it's not the ego. Like that's what its function is. That's what it does here, right? So we can honor that and recognize that and actually appreciate that about it and recognize that it's doing such a good job of what it's meant to do. And interestingly, if we talk to ourselves in this way, or talk to our ego in this way, or view our ego in this way, it can actually then create a bit of grace, space, relief around it, where paradoxically there can actually be an opening for some surrender to take place. Because every time you resist what the ego is doing, it's actually the ego resisting itself. So if you introduce a degree of acceptance of what the ego is doing, the ego is not accepting itself. Your true self or your divine self or your higher self or your heart, that's what's doing the accepting. And then you step into that, and then actually that can create space where you can step out of the ego for it to dissolve. I hope that what I just said made some sense. I don't even know what I just said, but there's so many ways to go about this, but ultimately, being patient with ourselves, knowing that this is the process. If everyone's ego immediately just dissolved or let go or surrendered, like it wouldn't be like a beautiful, peaceful experience. Like there would be all sorts of difficulty and challenges. The ego serves a purpose, and until its purpose is done, it will still, operate in these very intense ways. And we have to honor that. Okay, we have to honor that. There's timing, there's a process unfolding here. There's lessons and experiences that need to be had along the way throughout this, you use the word war or throughout this process that's been going on for more than a year. So we have to honor that. Nothing is going wrong here. Nothing is going wrong here at all. Um, would psychedelics help to dilute the ego boundaries and let Shakti take over? They could. They could. Um, they could give you a glimpse or a perspective. They can show you the state of consciousness, the feeling state, the vibrational state to be in, that then you have to then do your best to embody outside of the psychedelic experience, right? So they give you a sample. Uh, they can give you insights. They can also create space for you to actually offer compassion to this ego, if that's hard for you to access. So psychedelics can absolutely be helpful. It's just important that we know that they give you they give you a glimpse or a template, and then you have to continue the work after, right? You have to continue the work after. I've never come across anybody really who said, "Oh, what really like just like changed everything for me was just the trip." Yeah, the trip makes a difference, but there's the work after the trip that actually is what changes everything for a person. And so if you're being called to psychedelics, they may be helpful. Ideally, of course, setting clear intentions beforehand, creating a safe container to engage in the work, making sure that you have resources and support to continue the work after. These are all very important as well. Following the flow with psychedelics. So with everything, I share this s- pretty often, but people say, should I do this or shouldn't I do this? And I say you have to follow the flow, right? If it's so hard for you to get access to psychedelics and to find some space and time to do it, and there's all this resistance along the way. The flow is basically saying this is not the time for you to do this. But if it's just like really easy, your calendar works with it, everything just kind of sets it up. You're getting all sorts of synchronicities and stuff telling you, hey, like indicating that maybe psychedelics is the way to go. Then, yeah, it sounds like it's in the flow and you'll get some benefit out of it. But if you're forcing it, it's probably not the right thing to do. Also, keeping in mind that so many other things can help to dilute the ego boundaries and to let the Shakti take over, right? Just simply saying a prayer can be very powerful, right? Some people here have said like a very powerful prayer, just like, invoking the Shakti. They may say, take over. I surrender. I have your way with me. And then that alone is enough to dissolve some of these boundaries of the ego. So psychedelics are just one way. There's so many: meditation, chanting, devotion, being in nature, reading books about others and their journeys and their stories, as well, just giving it time, just giving it time. Like the ego is destined to, go through transformation here. It's already destined. There's already a date marked on your calendar where, significant shifts take place. And so surrendering to what's already destined to unfold, right? This process is underway in you. There's no way that it doesn't continue to unfold. And so patience as well, patience, compassion with oneself, very important here as well. So I hope I've given you something to think about there, Rohit.